I'm just going to be angry all the time and get mad at the fucking voters, even though it is a demonstrable failure of an outreach strategy. And then, not only that, I'm going to go and yell at the one guy who was ringing the fucking alarm bells the entire time. Just came to say you're an ass. You didn't help Kamala win and you have a huge audience, clown. You are the reason many didn't vote or voted for Stein. I don't know why so many people that come into this chat to say stupid things like this, like, don't have even a little bit of restraint. Their overall refusal to like recognize exactly what just took place is very stupid. Like, first and foremost, third-party votes collectively could not make up for the resounding defeat that Kamala Harris got in every single state. Okay? Just so you understand. So you're yelling at the wrong thing. You're not even right in this situation. Like, people used to say that about Bernie Sanders, or people used to say that about stop voter blaming. Stop blaming the voters. Start blaming the campaign. It is always the fault of the campaign. It's always the fault of the campaign. There is no world in which it's just the voters are too stupid to understand. Like, that's not how this works. You ran a bad campaign, okay? You did not get people to go out and vote for you. You did not have a captivating message. Here, Ested says, let the replies to this thread serve as politics Twitter warning label, just loud and wrong. I've said this 100 times, but it's not the message, it's the messenger. That is not to say he can't win, he can, but the MSNBC-fication of National Democrats has blinded them to his problems. Dems cleared the field for an unpopular candidate. You do that, you get a hard election. He's talking about Biden here. This is May 14th, 2024, not having a primary. I confess I'm a little unclear on how MSNBC is the reason that the incumbent president didn't face a serious primary challenge. It's very hard to do. Lots of people could have if they wanted to. The last one didn't face one either. No one clears a field for an incumbent president. That's not how it works. How did Dems clear the field? I'll add to the chorus, sadly, because y'all circled the wagons for your employer after that political piece. Hard to take the heart where you're saying today we found out Haberman was one of the stenographers, yada, yada, yada. MSNBCification, that's rich coming from someone who works at a proto-fascist rag, aka the New York Times, that has failed democracy in the moment. Donald Trump descended in the escalator, Christo-fascist, yada, yada, yada. Like, you and your refusal to recognize the inability, or to recognize the Democratic Party's lack of interest. It was both the message and the messenger. Yes, you are right. Ested is wrong on saying it's not the message, it's the messenger. I will say that. It is very frustrating. People go, you did not help Kamala win. I cannot outflank the campaign. I am incapable, just like every door knocker is incapable of outflanking multiple millions of dollars of messaging coming from the campaign. That's the issue. There is no, like, think about it this way, dumbass. If that's how this worked, Taylor Swift would have literally captured the attention of every white woman on the planet and got them to vote illegally for Kamala Harris. That's not how this works. It's so stupid. You think I got more motion than Taylor Swift? You think I got more motion than Beyonce? You think I got more motion than every fucking celebrity that endorsed Kamala Harris? Like, what planet are you living on? That's not how that works, man. You're the reason why the Democrats lose all the time, because you're a docile little pig, okay? You're a servile, docile little pig, okay? You just squirm around in your filth every fucking day and eat the slop that is served to you by liberal media. Not a single interest in your mind in trying to analyze things, in looking for an alternative reason. No, I'm just going to be angry all the time and get mad at the fucking voters, even though it is a demonstrable failure of an outreach strategy. And then, not only that, I'm going to go and yell at the one guy who was ringing the fucking alarm bells the entire time. I did not want Donald Trump to win because I understand the danger he presents. Why doesn't the Democratic Party? Because if they truly understood the real dangers that Donald Trump represented to American democracy or America's future in general, okay, then they should have run a better fucking campaign instead of hugging and kissing Liz Cheney, who everyone understood, including but not limited to people in the circle, in the inner circles that were like, why are you doing this? Stop doing this, please. And now this is the situation we have to fucking deal with.
Right now, they have everything. They got the Supreme Court, they got the Electoral College, they got the House, they got the Senate, they got the popular vote, and we're just sitting here with the dunce cap on. This time last week, we thought we were the smartest people in the world. We thought Donald Trump was an idiot. We thought his campaign made no sense, and it turned out they were smarter than us. And we don't have anything to say to you. Now, I can sit here and pretend I know something. Here's what I know. Everybody I know is miserable. Everybody's on these Zoom calls. Nobody's got any good ideas, and it's going to take us a while to figure this out. I'm not good at coming here and faking and pretending no, we got whooped.
Man, you're gonna go to the spa. You need a massage and a cucumber water, buddy.
I agree, and a cookie.
That's right.
All right.
Can you please address the way you mentioned Nasrallah as not a bad guy and you mentioned Hezbollah favorably in the context of Israel-Palestine genocide, but you always fail to follow up how Hezbollah was responsible for genociding more than 500,000 Syrians and evict more than 10 million out of their homes? It's really interesting that you say that because I have actually mentioned Hezbollah's actions in Syria and how in the broader region, the way they're perceived for those actions is not so positive. But you've probably never seen a clip like that because you're only geared into looking at unnuanced positions. You're only looking at the unnuanced positions and assuming that I'm saying I love Hassan Nasrallah. I really saw plenty and I'm not against you, I promise. Well, if you weren't against me, you would have fucking recognized that I have actually talked about that aspect of it. But that's not the reason why he was assassinated by Israel. The reason why he was assassinated by Israel was also not because he was homophobic. It was because he was resisting. He was a part of the axis of resistance against Israeli incursions, against the Israeli genocide in Gaza. We rarely ever mention that, in fairness. Not only do I mention that, I have talked to literal Syrian chatters in this community. Part of the reason why I rarely ever mention that is because it plays no role in this conversation. It plays no role in this analysis. Just like it plays no role to be like, oh, well, these groups that are like fighting against Israel's genocidal actions are homophobic or reactionary. It's like, okay, America's homophobic and reactionary. The Easy Company was homophobic and reactionary. America was a segregationist, homophobic nation in World War II, and they were still firmly committed to anti-fascist action. Okay, you still ride for Easy Company, regardless of what the fuck the treatment of gay people look like in the United States of America during World War II. America had segregation during World War II. Does that make their actions any less valid? No. So shut the fuck up. There's a time and place to have these conversations. The only reason why people cynically bring that shit up is to literally dunk on a group that is already completely ostracized, okay? That's it. It's a silly and very cynical way to just be like, see, I got you. It's so dumb. Noam Chomsky once famously said, yelling about America's foreign adversaries and their own domestic policies is no different than condemning a position from the 16th century, okay? It's correct. Why is it that people only come in and talk about the shit when we are talking about American involvement? Only took 5 days for reviews on your stream to normalize again from 300K to 33K. Brother, if you thought that there was going to be 300,000 people every day tuning in, I don't know what to tell you. No, people have lives, okay? They care about like it's like comparing Super Bowl numbers to like regular football season. It's not going to happen, you know? That's the fucking Super Bowl. If I had 300,000 people in here every single day, we would have a lot more people who are class conscious. The entirety of the Democratic Party would be looking at Bernie Sanders as like too moderate, okay? Maybe it'll happen one day. We'll see. Aim for the stars. Yeah. Reason viewer here, I respect that you address criticism in chat even when it isn't valid, but geez, that shit must get old after a while. Take care of yourself. Yes, it does. And it gets annoying for people who are watching, who watch every single day. It gets repetitive and boring and annoying, which is why I try to, keep it at a minimum. Bro, Trump is already elected. They won't change the president because of your opinion. You are not that guy. Put the fries in the bag. Your opinion won't change. God damn it. Yeah. So That's the beautiful part about this, is that it doesn't matter who the president is, because it's not like I was fully and firmly committed to the Biden administration either. I was incredibly critical of the Biden administration when they were president, and I will continue to be incredibly critical of the Trump administration now that Trump is president. I will continue to organize against all of the most awful aspects of his presidency. So the thing is, I'll stand by your side. It doesn't matter if you hate me. It doesn't matter if you think I'm a fucking idiot. It doesn't matter if you think I'm a pussy. I will still defend your rights. And when push comes to shove, when one of your immediate family members is slated to be deported, I'll be there. If that's not the case, if you have no immediate family members that are undocumented migrants, it doesn't matter. There's always going to be something that harms you, okay? That's the difference between you and I. I want you to have health care. You are captivated by a platform of hatred. I, on the other hand, want you to still get healthcare. I still want you to go to college for free. I still want you to have a good job. I want you to have a better future. I want you to be able to fucking own a home. Okay? That's it. That's why I'm perceived as a radical on the left, because of those things that I fight for. And those things are universal values. Okay? That's it.